my own. What's up, y'all? What's going on? I need something to see my screen. Make sure I'm right. What's up, y'all? What's going on? What it do? Today I am talking about how to change our mind so we can change our life. How to change our mind so we can change our life. That's what I'm talking about today. And what I'm going to be talking about is the reticular activating system. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I've been on really hard lately, the reticular activating system, and we are definitely going to get into that. Hopefully everything is all right in your space. You know, it's Thursday, almost the end of the week, and we're going to do our damn thing. But yeah, we want to get back to the self-mastery. We want to get back to the personal development. Let me know if y'all can hear me correctly, or do I need to adjust my microphone? Can y'all hear me? How am I sounding out there? You know what I'm saying? How am I sounding out there? Can y'all hear me correctly? Do I need to adjust my microphone? I need to know to make sure that my screen doesn't look different than yours. So let me know how it sounds to y'all, and is it coming through? Okay, so I'll use this screen. All right. So before I get into the it's clear. Okay, cool. So before I get into the reticular activating system, we're going to get into the difference between being woke, right, and being conscious. It's not the same thing. It's different. All right. We're going to get into the difference between being woke and being. Get a little closer to the mic. Okay, let me see. Let me adjust. Let me see. Volume a little low. Okay, 1 second. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Got my little gadget right here. 1 second. So the volume is a little low. What about now? Is it louder now? What about now? Better? It's better? How's that, y'all? Volume better? Let me know, because I can't see what you're saying because I'm looking at a different screen. Volume better? Okay. Yeah? A little better or a lot of better? Okay. All right, so we're going to be talking about the difference between being woke and being conscious, right? So let me go back to my woke screen, all right? So, you know, I hear the term woke thrown around lately, right? It's good with an echo. Okay. 1 second. What should I do about that? Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all still hear me? What about now? All right, what about now? I turned my volume down. Can y'all still hear me though? Yay, nay. What about now? Good? It's good now? It's good now? Is it still an echo? All right, is it an echo or is it good? Echo? Okay. All right, so cool. Make sure I can't hear myself. Okay, cool. So, you know, if you know me, then you know I'm against being woke. I don't like woke, right? I don't like woke. I think there's a big difference between being woke and being conscious. I think that the way that woke is taught doesn't allow people to grow. It doesn't allow people to become a different person. It doesn't allow a person to evolve, right? Because it doesn't require any work. Okay, and it's something very interesting about woke is that woke, I don't see people going through a metamorphosis process. Consciousness is different because consciousness requires study. Consciousness requires discipline. Consciousness requires you to go inward. Woke requires nothing. Woke is memes. Woke is knowledge that's not applied. I know when my intro in the conscious community, what attracted me to it was that the individuals inside of it was very amazing. You know, the people that when they put together their lectures, the lectures were 5 hours. The lectures were well thought. I felt like when I stopped listening to them, I felt like my mind was opening up, and I felt like, you know, I accepted the challenge of doing the work for myself, right? And I think that's the big difference between consciousness and woke, is that consciousness, you have to do the work. Woke, you don't have to do the work. And woke is pretty much all about debating. Woke is about being right, while consciousness is about having insight, okay? So I'm against woke, and woke is disrespectful too. See, consciousness, you have a level of code. Woke, there's no code, right? It's kind of like with this Nipsey Hussle situation. Consciousness wouldn't allow you to override this man's family, right? And then I'll get into the reticular activating system in 1 second. Consciousness wouldn't allow you to override the man's family. Consciousness would be very respectful, and you would step back and you would let people mourn and let people grieve. But woke is about being right. Woke is about, see, I told you so, right? It's not about healing. It's not about insight. It's not about evolution. It's not about anything. It's about people's ego. The fact that they need to feel right and they need to feel important in this moment. In fact, those people that classify as woke have pretty much hijacked this whole movement. You know what I mean? And it's very sad. So there's a big difference between being woke and being conscious. See, consciousness is just not reading. Consciousness is going to apply what you read. Consciousness is about hearing things. It's about tasting things. It's about seeing things. It's about growing. That's what consciousness is about, right? Woke, you don't have to do anything. That's what makes woke dangerous, is the fact that you don't really have to do anything, right? So I do believe there is processes, okay, that, you know, you start out as woke, you know, you're a little angry, you know, you feel a little displaced, you can't find your tribe, you don't really know what works for you and what doesn't. And then you kind of transition and you start dealing in different schools of thought. I know because I went through the process. You know, in 03, in 02, when I was woke, before there was really a word for it, I was very angry. So I had got new information, but I was angry. I was angry at my mama. I was angry at my family. I was angry at the things that happened to me. I was very angry. I was a broken person that had read a few books, right? And then I started getting into government conspiracies, right? So when I hear the word conspiracy theory now, I be laughing because I was a Behold the Pale Horse reader. You know, I listened to Anthony Hilder. You know what I'm saying? When David Icke, when he first, I was on that shit. Jordan Maxwell, you know, you would have conversations out on the street corner about the Illuminati before people thought you was crazy, right? So, but the information doesn't mean nothing if you don't heal your heart, right? The information doesn't mean anything if you got a hole in your heart. The information doesn't, it's in vain if you're not doing the work on yourself. So that's woke, okay? And, you know, who am I to tell anybody what their process is? Me, I'm going to clap at that shit all day, though, because I feel like it is disrespectful and it's actually mental illness. And we're going to get into that. And we're going to get into what I'm going to make this shit famous, the reticular activating system. I'm going to keep saying it and saying it and saying it. And I suggest people look into it for themselves, right? So we want to be conscious, okay? We want to be conscious. We want to deal with being aware of knowing what's going on with us. We don't want to move in the world with anger. You know what I'm saying? We want to be conscious of our surroundings, conscious of our diet, conscious of our lives, conscious of our family, conscious of our trauma, so we can go ahead and address them. That's what we want. You know what I mean? It's a return on investment when you are operating in consciousness. It's a return on investment. It works for you. You know what I'm saying? It's your friend, right? My camera's going, oh, it's watching me. That's why it's doing that. Okay. It's watching my hands. Okay, let me keep my hands still. Okay, so we want to want to operate in consciousness. All right, we don't want to be hurting, right? A lot of us have traumas that we haven't addressed. A lot of us are going through things that really affected us in our first 7 years of our lives. And that really is the reason why we're Because the thing about it is nobody has a name tag on, right? So you don't really know what's going on with somebody. But I know just how people come at me. Give me 5 minutes with you. I already know what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? People are nasty. People are mean, but they're operating in woke. They're not operating in consciousness. When you're operating in consciousness, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me do that like that. When you're operating in consciousness, it's different. When you're operating in consciousness, you can open up your heart to let love in. Now, for me to say that is a real big deal because I'm not the most emotionally available person. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to have a sociopathic lifestyle to where you don't have no empathy, where you can't feel, you have no compassion. I know what that is. I know what that's like, right? So we definitely want to transition and we definitely want to move into a different zone, a zone where we can feel, a zone where we can really see what life is about, a zone where we can tap into this world, this abundance. They keep talking about this abundant universe. So how can you be lacking in an abundant universe, right? I say this all the time. I say it often now, right? That there's no such thing as a money problem in America because there's nothing backing the money. We produce money. We print it. There's nothing backing it. So you can't have a money problem in America. That's impossible. In fact, people don't have money problems. They have habit problems. They have habit problems. That's what they have, habit problems. They have day-to-day problems. They have insecurity problems. You don't have no money problems. You don't have no love problems. You don't have no, if you're lacking something today in America, I can't speak for anywhere else, right? Right? If you're lacking something in America, right? Then that means that you're doing something absolutely wrong. Now, the community will be like, are you saying it's our fault? Today, yeah. Yeah. If you don't have what you want, what you really want and what you really desire, it is your fault, right? Maybe there's some things that you're lacking. Let's get into some of those things that you are lacking. What could they be? What are the things that you could be lacking? What do you guys think? What are the things that you guys could be lacking? If you don't have what you want, then why? Is it the government? Is it the government's fault and the state's fault why you don't have what you want? Right? But you're woke though. So if woke don't benefit you, then you shouldn't be woke. You should find something that gives you a return on investment. If you are religious and your religion is not working for you, then you should find something else. Because the idea, the purpose of it all is to get exactly what you want. So if you're not getting what you want, what is the reason that you don't have what you want? What's the reason for that? Right? Is it the government? Is it the state? Or is it you don't have vision? Is it that? Could it be possibly that you don't have vision? Right? Or is it, or what is it that you do vision? What do you see on your day-to-day? And when I say see on your day-to-day, I'm not talking about your environment. I'm talking about when you close your eyes, what do you see? What do you see when you close your eyes? Right? These days, I see different things when I close my eyes. Right? Prior, I used to see my mother and my sister fighting each other when I closed my eyes, right? I used to see my mother not hugging me when I closed my eyes. I used to see my environment when I closed my eyes. My reticular activating system was not programmed when I closed my eyes. It wasn't properly programmed, so everything I seen was horror. Every single thing that I seen and imagined was horror. I did not know that I had eyes inside of my head, and that was real vision. So everything that was occurring to me, I was taking major L's, and I couldn't figure out why. I read all the books, right? I read Destruction of Black Civilization. How come I don't have what I want? I read that. How come I don't have what I want, right? I read all that, I read 48 Laws of Power. I read all the books. How is it that I can read all the books? I read The Alchemist. I read everything they said. I had 4 agreements, right? How come I can't change my reality? And how come I can't get the things I want if I read all the things that they said to read, right? I didn't have vision. I couldn't see, right? The only thing that I can see was the download that they implanted in my mind. They told me that I was a slave. They told me that I was oppressed. That's all I can see. And what I would do is take another person's experience and make that my experience. Right? That's not how this works, though. I have a right to define my reality. Right? Now, if you've been rocking with me long, then you'll hear me say, you know what? I pick and choose who my people are, right? If you've been rocking with me long, you always hear me reject the notion of my people, my people, my people. It's not that I won't unite with people, but it's the fact that I need to pick those people that I'm going to sit down and build and have a bond with. Because when I call someone my people, that means I'm inheriting all the bullshit that they have going on with them. You feel me? That's part of the vision. Okay? Why would I see, look, when your vision is not trained, you make people your people that is against technically your self-preservation. You make people your people that don't bring a return on investment. See, I can't make someone my people just because how they look. I need to step back, engage, and vet and look at their behavior, especially as a parent. That's irresponsible to my child to be someone's friend because he's fucking black. That doesn't make no sense. And I can't take that philosophy and apply it to no mathematics, because it's about increase. It's about return on investment. It's about moving forward. It's about being further than where I started from. Now, if a person is black and they match my interests and match my core values and my goals, that's great. But I'm not holding my breath for that. But I got that ideal from the download of of the way that my vision was. The vision was off. See, we don't understand that our imaginations have been stolen from us. We are told what to think. And if you don't fit inside of that group narrative, trust me, the culture will police you. You don't believe me? Pay attention to some of my posts. People come out of the woodwork that I have never seen before. I don't even know these people. I'm Ken Billions. I don't even be on that shit. But for some reason, let me say, you know what, black men this, here they come, right? And I'm like, yo, I'm not your fucking kind. So what is it that I'm saying right now that's attracting you, right? What is it that I'm saying that how did you get here? You know what I'm saying? How did you get here? Expand this, right? So that's about vision. Vision is important. Okay? Well, let's get more into this vision because it's important. Imagination is important. You know what I mean? The culture lacks imagination. The culture lacks the ability to use that internal vision to be greater and be something else. We are stuck on downloads of a particular period in life that we're not even living, right? I've almost to the point where I've almost purged out my traumatizing experience. I don't even think about them no more. And when I do think about them, I think about them in terms of a teachable moment, right? I think about them in terms of analyzing them, those moments where my pain body was getting abused or was getting triggered. I think about them from a perspective of, moving forward, right? I don't use the experience now to say, woe is me, because ain't nobody a victim on the planet. Life is just happening. Shit happens. No one's a victim. You can't believe in God and be a victim at the same time. You can't believe in ancestors and those ancestors are working for. How can an ancestor work for a victim? How can an ancestor work for a victim? A victim is going to misuse the grace and favor that the ancestor is bestowing on them. You don't pour libations to call out on ancestors because you're a victim, right? Nobody's a victim. Shit happens in life, and you either get through it or you don't. The same way in nature is happening. It's animals dying right now. It's geological events happening right now. It's tectonic plates rubbing against each other right now. Life is happening. But what this matrix has done is tricked you into not tapping into your inner power of vision, of imagination. That's the shit that makes you special. The fact that you can imagine. So what's going on with me now and why my life is changing so fast? I'm operating in grace and favor. You know what I'm saying? I'm operating in grace and favor, but also I'm divorced from my traumatizing events. Now, how did I become divorced from traumatizing events? How's that even possible? Right? How's that even possible? How can a person go through bullshit and all of a sudden push through it and get past it? How is that possible? Well, I rewired my past. I rewired my past. No bullshit. I recreated my past in the future. I time traveled. I went into my subconscious mind and I removed all the things that didn't work in my favor anymore. See, there was a time where I used those things as fuel, right? When I needed to be hurt and angry, right? I would tap into those memories and then I would make everybody's life fucking miserable. I wasn't a good person to be around. When I needed to purge and I needed to hurt, I tapped into those thoughts of when the bad relationship with my mother, right? But now what I do is I don't even judge that woman. In fact, Monday she'll be dead a year. So I don't even judge that woman because operating in grace and favor is like, you know what, lady, I understand you ain't owe me shit because I'm not in that space anymore. Right? So I went inside of my mind and I observed that little wounded child. I didn't want to be woke. I wanted to be conscious because conscious is a spirituality. It's a spiritual frequency. It moves. Consciousness was on this planet first. Consciousness is what created the universe. I can't totally explain it because it's above my pay grade, but I know that we can tap into consciousness and see when we're woke. Everything is personal. Our eyes are open. And when your eyes are open, it's easy for someone to play a trick on you. I'm playing a trick on you right now by moving the camera around. You're watching me. You don't know how this shit is going on. I'm just pressing buttons, right? That's the eye. You know what I'm saying? So how I got through my traumatizing experience and my oppression and police brutality and all that shit, I changed my mind and I made sure that nothing in my mind is going to attract anything unfortunate in my life. And I believe that the universe or God or whatever you subscribe to is working in my favor. I'm never going to get killed by police. I'm claiming that shit right now. It's not going to happen to me. I'm not going to die in poverty. I'm not going to die the way my daddy did and die the way my mama did. I'm not going out like that. I'm not dying on a park bench. I'm going to die in a bed with people around me that fuck with me. I'm programming that, right? I'm programming that. I'm retraining my reticular activating system. I'm retraining that. We're going to get into the reticular activating system so you can see what it does, because you need to see it. You need to see what it controls, because it's a real thing. Now, I'm not the wordsmith like Mel Robbins is, so she can go into it more depthly, right? Holla at Mel Robbins and on YouTube, and you can really delve into the reticular activating system so you can really know how it works, right? But you're going to see on your screen exactly how the reticular activating system works, okay? So pay attention to it, okay? Look at it, all right? See what it does. The reticular activating system screens out junk. It screens out junk. Right? Now, your mind has been conditioned to think that more life is junk. You've been conditioned to think more love is junk. Look what the reticular activating system actually does. Allows you to focus on what you value. Okay? Now, when you post police brutality videos, when you're always talking about the government, when you're always talking about the system, when you're always talking about they're killing us, that's not actually happening. But that's what you value. So no matter what, you're going to find that shit. If there's any pain in the world, your reticular activating system is designed to find it and seek it out and love it. And make it your family. That's how the reticular activating system works. That's how it works, right? See, you can value things that are not good, right? But that's exactly how the mind works. How do you explain people having consistent bad luck? How do you explain people having no grace and favor? How do you explain nothing ever going right inside of a person's life? How is that possible in America, that a person is never, ever over the hump? How is that possible, that a person is never over the hump in America? How is that possible that a person can, when they walk outside, there's no one in the world that comes and gifts them anything? Where does it start? It starts in the mind, because it's like a film projector. It's like a film strip, right? A film strip has all the code on it, and it manifests when it hits the screen. The screen is our physical reality. That's the only way that you can explain someone that's always broke, always hurt, always angry. If it's anything fucked up, this person is going to find it. This person is going to gravitate to it. Mark my words. That is very interesting. How is that possible? Because their reticular activating system is just projecting what they truly desire and what they really hurt. So when people come to me and call me a coon and an agent, I'll be like, yo, I just don't live in that reality. But I did, though. So I get it. I get it. I understand where you're at. I understand why you see the world the way you do. I was there just like you. But man, I'm not going through that no more. My life has opened up. I don't push people away that want to love me anymore. I don't want to be trash. I don't want to be dysfunctional. I don't want to come in the room and nobody want to be around me. I don't want that. I don't want that. But if you want that, who the fuck am I to tell a man what he should live and die for? Do the Lord's work. Be great. Be great. Look at this reticular activating system. Allows you to perceive a threat. Now, you would be surprised that increased health and wellness are threats to people's reticular activating system. This is why it's pushed away. You know what I'm saying? I can be walking down the street with a white person or Chinese person and you automatically assume that they're against you. It's a perceived threat to you. Meanwhile, this person could be cutting fucking checks and you could be missing out. This reticular activating system is real. And this system in the brain is what's dominating Black America. This right here, this collective thinking, my people, my people, my people. Only in death though. Only in pain are they your people. Never in celebration. Never in building. Because if that was the case, if there was the same unity in pain as it was in building, no black business would go out of business. No black community would look the way it do. No 70,000 people, blacks, wouldn't die every fucking year because of heart disease. If this is really my people, my people, my people. No, your reticular activating system only gets activated when niggas is hurting. Reticular activating system supports you when you set goals. Now the thing is, goals aren't always positive. Clearly, because niggas always doing dumb shit. But the reticular activating system supports it. Mel Robbins says, who trains the reticular activating system? We do, and our environment does. These boxes does. The television does. Yo, everything is a box. The newspaper was a box. The television was a box. The tablet is a box. Our homes are shaped like a box. Everything is about a box. And we're programmed, and we are downloaded software into our hardware based on these boxes, yo. So then when you're a melanated person that talks different and you have all my thing. Be back. Trying to be back. Am I back? Am I back? No, Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Let me know if you can hear me. I had some service issues. Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, let me know. If y'all can hear me, let me know. It looks like I'm online. What mama say? Where you going?
I'm watching over some stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, that's my dad.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Used to be a professional rap artist.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
He also likes to eat graham crackers.
Okay, go ahead now.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we can hear. Okay. I lost service for a second. My bad, y'all. Okay. Your environment is okay. So where was I at? So we're talking about the reticular activating system. Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay, good stuff. Thanks for staying around, y'all. All right. So what we want to do, first of all, to train our reticular activating system is we want to actually train ours. We want to step out of the collective reticular activating system, right? We want to step away from the collective reticular activating system, and we actually want to go and we want to develop our individual reticular activating system. You know what? They told us that individuality is wrong. They told us that, you know what, being selfish is wrong. That's not true. If that's the case, we would have had a community pussy that we came out. Instead, it was just us. Right? It was just us. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, refresh the video and come back in. Can you hear me? Man, the internet is hating on me right now. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me? Okay, good. Okay, my screen is not changing. Y'all can hear me? If you can hear me, and if the video is tripping, step out and then come back in. If you can hear me. Okay, as long as y'all can hear me. Okay, cool. All right, well, my screen ain't changing. All right. Okay, cool. So what you want to do to train your reticular activating system is you want to step out of the concept of the community, because it's not a community. So you want to step outside of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to step outside of the community and you want to step into your own destiny. You want to redefine, you want to begin to develop your own reticular activating system. You know what I'm saying? The woman's name is Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins. That is her name. Okay? And she could talk to you better about than I can. But when I started delving into that information, immediately I was like, holy shit, this is what's going on with the black community. That it's a collective reticular activating system that is working against people. It's not helping them, it's working against them. It's the reticular activating system is not making black people's lives better, it's making their lives worse. It is making black people's lives worse. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not dealing with any vision. It's not dealing with any imagination. It's dealing with a download that we're all born into, and then the culture polices you when you don't accept your place. You feel me? When you start to develop yourself, ain't no white man about to come to you and tell you can't wear your hair like that. Niggas is. When you start to read different books and travel to different places, it's not different groups of people that checks you and polices you and put you back in line. Niggas do. Like, how dare you think that thought? How dare you read that? How dare you raise your family like that? How dare you marry that person? I mean, this culture will police your pussy and police your penis. This culture will tell you who the fuck you're supposed to have sex with and lay in a bed with. The audacity. But that's how the reticular activating system works collectively. Let's put this back on the screen. Let's look at what the reticular activating system does. Let's get this thing back on the screen. And now apply this to the collective. Apply this to the collective. The collective aren't about health and wellness. Everything that the reticular activating system does, it is trained for our culture to do it in the negative. It says screens out junk. Right? It says screens out junk. Right? Now, the reticular activating system screens out junk by making positive and things that deal with increase and things that can help you. It makes that into junk. That's interesting, right? You know, people are talking about Dr. Sebi documentary. Man, listen, if you was going to eat better, you would be doing it. It's hard to eat right. It's hard to work out. You feel me? You feel me? But at the end of the day, people allow bullshit in their life all day. Why? Because their reticular activating system doesn't see it as junk, it sees it as positives. There are some niggas that have generational bad luck. Now, how is that possible? You mean to tell me that no day out the year do you step outside and get a win? Never? Never? How? What's going on in their cellular memory, in their mind that doesn't allow... It's like if the worst shit can happen in the world, they're going to be standing right there for it to happen. That is ill to me. That's amazing. That is amazing. Now, hold on, y'all, 1 second, because I don't know what kind of reticular activation system my son has, but he seems to be locked out. So, 1 second. Hold on. Boy, oh boy. This boy. Boy, I'll tell you, what would you do if you ain't have a daddy?
Huh?
What would you do if you ain't have a daddy, though?
Oh, where's your mama come
Okay,
back?
give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Put that up there. What would you do if you didn't have a daddy, though?
Why you stuck? Mom didn't give me no phone.
Okay, all right, sir. All good.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, man. 2 seconds. Oh, go ahead now. Let me work.
Daddy,
Let me work now.
Okay,
Let me work
Dad.
now. Now you want to pay attention to me now, right? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? So what we want to do is we want to begin to train and develop our reticular activating system, not our collective reticular activating system. That's the problem. We're on this collective like you really are on the Wi-Fi with 45 million niggas, and you really think that unite, we need to unite. The fact that you talk like that means that you don't have the intellect to do it. Who says we need to unite? Unite and do what? What are we going to do when we unite? Niggas unite and talk about stupid shit. What are we going to do? Niggas are united. You know how I know? When it's a new dance out, everybody's doing it. When it's a such and such challenge, everybody's doing it. Oh, motherfuckers are united. You united, all right. But see, Ken Brisbon, I'm not on that Wi-Fi. I ain't fucking with that shit. I'm picking myself and my friends and people that roll with, get down like me. If it's only 50 of us, then so be it. So be it. See, when you develop your reticular activating system to work in your favor, when you develop your reticular activating system to work in your favor, your self-esteem begins to grow and rise. And you don't need to unite with 50 million people. That shit sounds so fucking retarded. Let's all come together. And no one ever says to do what, though? Like, so it's just, what? Man, it's finna get hot outside. So it's just about to be a bunch of niggas in the house? Doing what? Man, I got shit to do. And no, you're not finna pile up in my car. You take your car, I take my car, we meet up there. What does uniting even look like? What does it look like? To do what? No. What we can see, the thing about it is, I don't talk unite shit. Either if we're gonna do business together, then me and you are gonna go down and we're gonna put our names on this LLC paper. You're gonna take 50% of the company, I'm gonna take 50% of the company. You know what I'm saying? If you're the money man, then I'm the people man. If I'm the people man, then someone else is the juice. You provide the drinks and shit like that. If we're not uniting to get some money and to leave the children an inheritance, what else are we doing? I don't need to hear no other fucking lectures. I'm straight, nigga. I'm not having a get together to watch Hidden Colors. I'm too grown now. And life is serious. I'll be 40 years old in 5 years. What the fuck am I uniting with people for? To do what? What? Especially if you a man and you got women in your life. What? I got the pressure of retiring women that love me. So if anything happens to them, they never got to ask no fucking man for no money. That's anxiety in itself. What I look like uniting with niggas just sitting up watching, doing what? Niggas sound crazy. Let's come together. That's that dusty talk. That's that collective reticular activating system. That's stupid. There's no return on investment. And in 2 seconds, ain't nobody getting no money, so everybody gonna fall out. That's how that goes. Nah. This is big boy and big girl shit right here. You know what you did? So what you want to do is separate yourself from the collective reticular activating system. The collective reticular activating system. And go back to visualization. You know what I mean? You want to separate yourself from the collective reticular activating system so you can develop your own. Right? Real shit. And you're going to have to draw a line in the sand. You're going to have to decide where you at. Because you can't be neutral right now. Right? So you're going to have to decide, are you woke or are you conscious? Which one are you? You're going to have to decide, are you woke or are you conscious? Right? Because when you are woke, you ain't on shit. Straight up. Yo, I be looking at the people that be coming to my comment section. I go through their pictures and they be trash. Straight up. I have no desire being loved by everybody. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to decide, are you woke or are you conscious? See, consciousness is spirit. Woke is dysfunctional behavior. You know what I mean? You do not have to change your behavior when you are woke. This life is about self-realization. It says knowledge of self. It don't say knowledge of the community. It says know thyself. It don't say know thy people. It says know thyself. It says knowledge of self. Listen, know thyself and self-preservation. If self-preservation is the first law of nature, then wouldn't I be going against my best interest to unite and connect with niggas or people in general that do not benefit my self-preservation? I'm just saying. Like, listen to the words we use. Yo, you got to have knowledge of self. Like, people been coming to my post telling me I got self-hate. And I'm like, you wrong. I love me. I don't like you. Myself is not linked up to imaginary niggas just in the sky. That's not what myself is linked up to. So when somebody says you got self-hate, they're saying that, yo, you don't fuck. Nigga, it's called self. Knowledge of self. Then, when I do the work on myself and my cup runneth over, I will seek out others that also have knowledge of self. And I will build with them because they take themselves seriously. You know what I mean? Are you woke or are you conscious? They aren't the same. Are you woke or are you conscious? They're not the same. You have to decide. When are you going to pick yourself? You got to pick the community. You got to pick the church. You got to pick the narrative. Oh, black women can only do this. Black men can only do that. Everything is picked for you. When are you ever going to get to pick yourself? Because guess what? You keep talking that community shit, it's going to be, that casket is only for you. There ain't no group casket, nigga. And the moment they put you in the ground, guess what? Niggas gonna keep on niggering. And crackers gonna keep on crackering. And the world is gonna be what the fuck it is. A playground. That's all it is. You come here for a specific thing that's personal to you. Now, if you want to be out there and you want to be a goddamn freedom fighter, have at it. Just make sure you leave a life insurance policy. Because we love Malcolm. Malcolm was the shit. But Betty ain't have no life insurance. Now, the people in your house come first before these niggas outside. Period. You secure the babies. You secure your wifey, whatever. You monogamous, poly, whatever. The people in your life is secure. And then you want to go bang out with the government. Have at it. But don't get killed, nigga, and your wifey ain't got no money to take care of the children. How is that revolutionary? This thinking is backwards. You mean to tell me I put the community before my fucking kids? Man, get the fuck out of here. That's what you require of me? Oh, he's noble, and y'all ain't gonna do nothing but when they give me a street, kill on the street. And when it's a holiday of mine, you ain't even going to pour a libation for me. You're not even gonna honor me. You're not gonna do a seance. You ain't gonna go to my graveyard and do some spell work, nigga. You ain't gonna cut a chicken for me. No. That's that reticular activating system collectively. It got you in this matrix. No, sir. I'm giving you permission to pick yourself. There is nothing wrong with that shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? And if your cup runneth over, cool. But now, do you have the confidence to go your own way, though? Do you have the confidence to think your own thoughts, not the collective thought? Now, because this is the thing. Here, let's check this out. If we're going to play this collective game of my ancestors, then ancestry ain't about blood, it's about energy. So any person that's been living on this planet before is an ancestor. If we're going to play this game, then you open it up then. Einstein is an ancestor. Napoleon Hill is an ancestor. Right? J.P. Morgan is an ancestor. Chairman Mao, Fidel Castro is an ancestor. If we're going to play that game, let's open it up because we're dealing with energy, right? Right? So everything is an ancestor, right? If the universe is working in my favor, then every single thing here is a tool for my benefit. Let's go to a higher level of thinking. How we think is very primitive. My people, I'm gonna, nigga, shut up. That boy that you walk past, that boy you walking past and he's selling his CD, you ain't even cop the shit. But let cops smoke him though. Oh man, that's my little bro. That's that reticular activating system. That's that reticular activating system. You know what I'm saying? When I see a black person in the street and they getting money, I salute them. When I see a black person going in their own direction, I salute them. I salute you. I don't care who you marry. Hey, I'm not fucking you. I ain't got shit for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping off black women wearing a white man. If he got something for you, sis, go over there. That's on you, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. Black man, I'm not fucking policing who you date, nigga. And you ain't finna police who I'm with neither. It's my dick last time I checked. How dare you, nigga? How's a black woman a Negro bitch? Listen to how we talk. This is how that collective, the reticular activating system, right? So this is how it works, right? So, black woman is educated, right? She's educated, she has goals, she has dreams and shit, right? In her day-to-day, she doesn't find, she's open, right? She doesn't find a person that's on her level of where she's trying to go. She just happens to find a white dude that matches and fits where she's trying to go. She's a Negro bedwench because she picked self. That's retard. Like, you know what I'm saying? A black man chooses to go his own direction. And it's a problem with niggas. Like, yo, check this out. Maybe the shit that you need, you just gotta pray on it, yo. Maybe you gotta fast on it. Maybe you need to go to your God for what you need. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, ain't nobody got shit for you. And ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. And you know what? I feel sorry for these ancestors and these old people that put their life on the line for you niggas. I feel sorry for them. Because at the end of the day, you ain't doing shit with your life and it's trash. I know. I can tell the lack of innovation. You know what I mean? The lack of innovation that's there. You know? The lack of of moving, like niggas is still having the same conversation. It's not even a stem cell conversation. It's not even a nanotechnology conversation. Elon Musk is trying to put a fucking human being on Mars, and niggas is still talking about light-skinned black person, dark-skinned black person. How can you be light-skinned black? How can you be dark-skinned black? My son got crowns in the room. There is no dark-skinned black. There is no light-skinned black. What the fuck is a light-skinned black? That's what? Oh, Ken, what you drinking? Oh shit, my nigga, cold hot water. What? What if I answered you like that? You asked me what I'm eating, and I'm like, shit, good and nasty food at the same time. Huh? Light-skinned black, dark-skinned black. Meanwhile, these people are playing with CERN and D-Wave. Elon Musk with SpaceX Elon Musk has managed to shoot a rocket off and the rocket come back to sender. Do you understand what the fuck that is? And niggas are having conversations about light-skinned black and dark-skinned black. Now, Bobby Hemmett said the masses ain't never do shit but die. And that's true. And I'm putting it in that type of tone so you can see for yourself what it sounds like. And you could go do your own thug fizzle. But first, you gotta redo your reticular activating system. But before you do that, but no, not before, what it takes is visualization. The Black American lacks vision. Has been robbed of vision. Robbed of vision. Can't see yourself as anything other than a nigger. Somebody told me the other day, yo, you don't know how powerful white supremacy is? And you know, I'm just a person that I wear things on my face, and I don't mean to belittle people, but I was like disgusted. I'm like, if that's powerful, then what are you? It's at your expense. Like, I'm not trying to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't be PR for free. You know what I mean? Don't be bigging these people up all day. Oh, the white man, I'm like, yo, I don't think about white people ever. 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 What I think when I'm thinking of white folks, Koreans, anybody else, I'm thinking about something to sell. What can I put into the marketplace that will make people buy? What the hell? See, look, this is what they really think of us. I don't give a fuck what people think about me. What you think about these products that I'm selling on KenBrisbon.com? What you think about them ebooks? What you think about my album, No Squares Allowed? I don't give a damn. I don't fucking think about Ken. My mother died with her eyes open and I watched it. Do you think I really care about what a motherfucker think? That's the most horrific shit I ever seen in my life. She just stopped breathing right in front of me. Shriveled up like a prune. She wasn't even 60. I gotta have that memory in my mind. You think I care what you call me, a coon or a fucking agent, nigga? My mama never hugged me. You think I give a fuck about that, nigga? Nah, I'm trying to make something out of myself. I'm trying to take it further than my father that had babies by prostitutes. Huh? You think I give a fuck about what the black community thinks about me? Really? And you shouldn't either. The masses ain't gonna do shit but die. Why would I care what a permanent underclass thinks about me? You ain't gonna do shit but try to kill me. That's the only thing you could do. That's it. That's the only power. That's the only thing niggas have is aggression. And this is why niggas is classified as animals. Because you can't control your fucking hands and your feet and your mouth and nothing. So only when somebody don't like something, you're going to call them a name and you're going to try to fight them and bite them. Sigmund Freud shit. You're still trying to put shit in your mouth and you're grown. I'm not the one. My ministry is not for that. My ministry is for those people that went into the darkness, went into the dark spaces and did the work on themselves. This shit is ugly. You know what I'm saying? You had to go through some rough, ugly, stinky phases to get where you at. The people that take their life serious, that have audacity, that understand the power of language and that dream. I want to be with those people. I don't want to be with people talking about, yo, we need reparations from the past, nigga. I'm the reparations for my child. I'm responsible for reparations of the future. What the fuck you got me back in 400 years ago, nigga? Nah, that shit ages a person. Nah. It's a new day where people gotta pick themselves and be unapologetic about it. And then guess what? If I have anything left over, then have at it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm choosing myself first. And the thing about it is, you need guts to do that. You know what I mean? It takes bravery to choose yourself. It takes bravery to pick yourself. You know? Because you have to be okay with niggas being angry at you. You got to be okay with family members saying you change. But I just think it's smart if you pick life over dysfunction. I think that's smart. I think it's smart if you pick increase instead of debt. I just think that's smart. I just think that's smart. To pick increase over debt. Right? Why would an intelligent group of people continue to have the same conversation over and over again, and the conversation consists of losing? And let me end and let me swag out on this. The odds of you being born in America are low, right? And I'm going to end with this. I'm going to smash out at this. You have everything at your disposal to catch a win. But if you don't rewire your reticular activating system, you'll never see it as a win. What is it that you can't do in your life? What is it? What is it that you can't do in your life? What is it in your life that you can't do? What's stopping you? All this talk about Nipsey Hussle, all this talk about, hold on, let me show him some love, yo. All this talk about, I don't got him on the queue. All this talk about Nipsey Hussle. See if I could put the man right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't got him in the queue. All this talk about neighborhood, right? The man was doing big things. The man was using his money and everything at his disposal to create a new reality. Started from the bottom, right? What's your excuse? If you fail, if you die, if anything happens to you, go forward while it's happening, dog. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you could go to the library and get a book on any topic. And if you study it long enough, in 90 days, you have an increased awareness to where you can do anything you want. Right? What's the problem? Why can't you move forward? The reason why you can't move forward is because the reticular activating system is not working for you. Right? The reticular activating system. Right? I'll throw it on the screen one more time so everybody understand how this thing works. All right? And if you want to screenshot it or take notes, or I do one better, just take this conversation and run with it and go look at things for yourself. Right? Look at the reticular activating system. Right? It's a sophisticated filter. What does it filter? It only lets in things that you think is important, right? So while you're having conversations about oppression and you're hurting and Jim Crow, there's a whole world out there that you know nothing about. And you're never going to know it because you also applied your reticular activating system to your phone and to your YouTube. So these things that's going on in the world, it never ever hits your plate because your filter is blocking all that shit. So if it doesn't, basically it's confirmation bias. If it doesn't fit inside of your confirmation bias, then it doesn't work. Right? It has to fit into the narrative. Get these niggas to talk. They're gonna be like Tuskegee experiment, Jim Crow, school to prison pipeline, movement, Nipsey Hussle, Malcolm X, slavery. These niggas gonna run you down every single thing on the planet, a big planet that hurts them. But ask them one question: what is a Roth IRA? What's the best life insurance policies to get? Now that's real shit. That's day to day. That deals with your household. What's the difference between life insurance and an annuity? Right? I'm just saying. You know? See, their reticular activating system blocks bread, yo. It's not about money. You know what I'm saying? They even applied their reticular activating system to Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what do you listen to this nigga music? He talk about music, smoke, smoking, streets, banging. Niggas is like, oh yeah, why he wasn't even for you. Technically, he would not fuck with you. You're woke. This nigga hang with street niggas. You apply it to him. Yeah, nigga, you don't care about Dr. Sabi, Nipsey Hussle. You talking about Dr. Sabi. But your reticular activating system won't allow you to get on a fast neither. But whatever. Do your do. So the people that's here, check out Mel Robbins. You know what I'm saying? I like her voice when she talks. You know what I'm saying? So check her out. You know what I mean? Check her out and get really in tune with the reticular activating system and ask yourself, what are you programming your mind for? You know what I'm saying? What kind of filter do you have going on in your mind? What kind of confirmation biases are you dealing with? Very, 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 very important. You know what I'm saying? Very important. You know what I mean? So yeah, someone was asking about my PayPal. It's the game is sold, not told at Gmail. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, hit up kenbrisbon.com. You know what I'm saying? And get some of them ebooks. But I got a lot of shit coming down the pipeline though. But real talk, you know, I want to stress that reticular activating system though, because that right there is the great equalizer. And that is the reason why it's only less than 2,000 billionaires. It's not cause everybody is drinking blood, yo. It's some people have powerful minds. Right? Ray Kurzweil takes 100 supplements a day. He's the #1 futurist on the planet. He's almost 80% accurate in predicting the future. 80. He takes 100 supplements a day. That's documented. 100. His name is Ray Kurzweil. He owns so many patents. He's the #1 futurist in the world. Damn near. 80% accuracy in predicting future events. 80. Right? 80%, right? Now, why am I saying that? Because what type of reticular activating system does a person have that they can predict damn near 80% of future trends? What kind of reticular activating system does a person have that they can get $1 billion? $1 billion? You know what I'm saying? Like a Billy though? And it ain't all a conspiracy. Some people are talented. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just fucking talented. But what do they have going on that allows them to do something remarkable like that? That shit is phenomenal. You know? $100 million a month. Do you know what kind of mental that you have to produce some shit like that? Fire. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to be on. That's what I'm going for. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on. You know? And that's what you could be on too, by just training your reticular activating system. You know what I'm saying? Make this shit work for you. You know what I mean? Make the reticular activating system work for you. You owe it to yourself. You done gave the culture everything. You done gave your parents everything. You have nothing to give anymore. You done gave your marriage everything. You done did everything that you can do. Now it's time for you. Now it's time for you to be selfish. Now it's time for you to retrain your mind. So the only thing that you see through a filter of success, a filter of love, a filter of wealth, a filter of money, a filter of travel, good food, good sex, good smoke, good friends. You ain't worried about getting shot by no police. What the hell? And listen, if somebody does, that's not my business. That's their karmic tie with whatever they have with that cop. That's how I'm giving it up. You know what I mean? So, reticular activating system. You guys got it? Before I get out of here, can I get a check? Let me know you got it. And I need to know that I just wasn't wasting my time. That you'll do your own. We don't want to be woke. We want to be conscious. All right? And you'll do your own work, right? I need to know that when you'll take this and you'll do your own work. All right? I need to know that, you know, I could been doing other shit. I got a kid in the room. I could be paying him. I could be talking to this about him. So I need to know that you ain't on your woke shit, that you're just entertained by me. I know I can make some funny faces and shit. And I got a big nose, and when I do this, it looks funny. Yeah, that's fine. But I need to know that moving forward, you'll take this information and you'll apply it to your life, and you'll get a dub, and you'll get a win. You know what I'm saying? I need to know. You know what I mean? The reticular activating system. Yo, go change your life. You done gave everything to everybody. Make the rest of this fucking year your year. And do it unapologetically. You don't owe these niggas nan thing. N-A-N. Nan thing. Not even nothing. Nan. You don't owe these niggas nan. You know what I'm saying? Nan. Alright? So, make sure you go to kenbrisbon.com, pick up one of them ebooks and all that. You know what I mean? And I'm about to drop this song called Billions too on your head. You know what I mean? But anyway, Ken Billy, yo, let's get some money. All right? Holla at you.